Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Sydney at Wandering Roots. Today is just a garden update, just to show you how much everything has progressed over these last few weeks and to show you how big everything has gotten. I am pleasantly surprised on how well all of my tomatoes are doing and my little green bean. I have one tiny little green bean coming off of my green bean plant. I did plant a few more today, so hopefully I'm able to get more, not just my measly little one. My strawberries are struggling for their lives, and my mint is doing really good actually. It made a really amazing comeback from where we started a few weeks ago with all the parasite problems. Did have an accident with the mint, but it still seems to be pulling through pretty well. My ground cherry is putting off some little pods, which is super awesome to see. I've never grown a ground cherry, so everything is very new for me, but it seems to be doing pretty well in where it's at and how it's growing. I'm super excited to see what happens, and I can't wait to eat some of my ground cherries, hopefully. I don't know if I'm gonna like them, but I'm willing to give them a try. I haven't recorded it, but every single day I've been going through all my tomato plants and taking off of the suckers that I see that I do not want. Some of the suckers I've been leaving just to see what happens, and because the sucker looks a little bit stronger than the actual shoot that it's coming off of. So I have left a few just to see if it comes out to be way stronger and a lot better, but only time will tell how that turns out. As you can see, I've added a chair to my little patio deck garden, and it's very comfortable and I love to sit in it every single day. One of the struggles of living in an apartment setting and trying to record and grow your garden is sometimes your neighbor's dogs like to bark, which is what's happening right now. They like to bark for hours and hours and hours. I cannot express the excitement that I have for moving to a home and having lots of land to where I don't have to have neighbor occurrences, I'll call it that. I cannot wait for the peace and quiet of not having an AC unit in my background, not having dogs in my background unless they're mine. But yeah, I can't wait to live out in the country and not have any neighbors for miles. My cucumbers have completely took off. I'm so proud of them. They're doing so well. I've gotten lots of little blossoms that I cannot wait to be cucumbers, so I'm hoping to actually pickle them later this year, and I'm hoping to get a lot off of my cucumbers. You can see it right over my shoulder here. That's my beautiful big cucumber. I am so proud of that one. It's doing so good, and it's just gonna give me lots of cucumbers hopefully. Every single day I've come out and just picked off some of my chamomile flowers, and I'm hoping to get enough to make chamomile tea later this year. I might save it for the winter because I don't think I'm gonna get enough for more than maybe like 2 cups of chamomile. I don't have a big mass producing chamomile plant. I just have 2 little ones, and I am excited to try that out this Christmas. Maybe not like Christmas, but like the winter time, to have a nice chamomile tea in the cold and just know that like I grew it, it's mine. Another mix of tea that I'm actually working on right now is a mixture of all the mint plants that I have here. So I've been harvesting them to make them all big and bushy, and I've been putting them on my dryer and putting them all in one little jar so that I can make a nice like mint mixture tea later. And that's gonna be something that I cannot wait to try also like later on this year, and just know that like I did that. Like I harvested it, I grew it, I picked it, I dried it, and I made the tea. Like I made it, I didn't buy it from the store. I can't even express the joy that comes with knowing that I grew it and I turned it into something like productive, and that I get to reap the benefits of my own rewards. It's just something that I've always wanted to experience, and now things are actually moving along to where I can, and it's just very self-satisfying. I don't even know how to describe the feeling of growing your own stuff and then harvesting and making things from it, and it just be amazing. I just can't wait till I get to do this on a bigger scale and instead of my little patio deck, even though I do feel blessed that my deck is able to provide for me what I'm growing right now. But I cannot wait for the day where I get to just have like 10 acres or something obnoxiously big that I just grow food everywhere, and like fruit trees and wildflowers, and just harvest everything my own instead of having to buy it all from the store. It's gonna be a very good day when I'm able to do that and be more independent food-wise. I did recently go to the local nursery and I picked up some bee balm or bergamot, and I'm gonna use that to hopefully make some Earl Grey tea later this year. I've been trying to find different Earl Grey recipes, and the most common one that I found, or the most repetitive one that I found, was a recipe that called for bergamot. So I'm growing that. I'm hopefully gonna get some petals from that so I can try to make my own Earl Grey, because that's my whole goal this year with my tea, is to grow Earl Grey tea. So I've been growing bergamot. I have some borage that I was thinking of trying to mix in there. I'm just growing lots of stuff, lots of mint, even though that's not really an Earl Grey thing. I've been growing lots of mint and chamomile, and I've been drying orange peels, because one of the recipes that I saw for Earl Grey had like the tropical fruit of oh my gosh, of oranges, and so I've just been getting the peels for that to help like later on this year, and I'm really hoping for lots of Earl Grey, because that is my favorite tea. And if anyone has any Earl Grey recipes that they know of, please shoot me a comment and let me know, because I'm willing to try any Earl Grey recipe that's out there, because honestly it is life. Earl Grey is amazing. I love it so much. Here's some of my green beans, one of my peppers, another one of my peppers, and those are my beautiful cucumbers up that wall right there. Here's a wonderful pretty pepper. There's my pasque flower. There's another pasque flower. Here's my tomatoes, doing really beautiful. Some more of my peppers. Here's another one of my bigger tomatoes right here. Here are my cherry tomatoes. They're doing really well, except for this little guy. I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm thinking of just pulling him out so he doesn't accidentally get the rest of them sick, but right now he's in here, but I'm probably gonna pull him out later because he's just not doing too good. Here's one of my rosemaries, and my other rosemary that's for some reason not doing too good, but it's still alive. Here's my mint. It's making a comeback. The other day one of our neighbors accidentally knocked it on the porch, but I added more dirt in and I've just been watering it, and it didn't die. I thought it was for sure gonna. It was looking really wilty, but it's still thriving. And here's my third rosemary that I got. She's doing beautiful, big and beautiful. And then over here, this is my little ground cherries. They're doing super good, setting off lots of pods. I don't know if you can see the little pods in there, doing super good. I cannot wait to try those. This little plant's looking a little sad, a little bit of leaf curl. It's a little stressed out from today. It's been really, really hot. Here's my friend's big batch of mint I've been harvesting to make it really fluffy and big and beautiful. And here's some of her other plants. And here's two more of my peppers. These two were kind of just like the leftovers, so they didn't get their individual pots, but they're in here together. No harm, no foul. They just get to hang out together and be friends. Here's my strawberries. They're not doing super good, and I don't really know why. I think it's the sun out here, but they're struggle busting, but they're still alive somehow. And then here's my blueberry, which is also struggle busting to survive. It keeps getting damaged from the sun, I think, and it's just struggling for its life. It's not really doing very good, but it's still living. And then over here are my friend's pepper plant. She has two really good peppers coming off of it. They look really beautiful. Here's her other plant, which I thought for sure we were killing on accident, but look at, I don't know if you can see that. It's so pretty. It's finally starting to turn color. And here's her strawberries that gets kind of wilty in the sun. I've been putting it in the shade, but every single time I move it to the shade, the sun just moves and it gets more in the sun, so I try. Here are some of my flowers. I planted more over here because nothing grew there, so I think all the seeds kind of blew to the left side. So I planted some sweet peas over there and kind of around the side, so hopefully those grow. Here's my chamomile. It's kind of struggling for survival as well. I keep spraying it with stuff because I keep finding aphids on it for some reason. But I don't know if it's the sun or what. And I watered this thing like twice today and it's already dry because that's how hot it gets here. Here's my lavender. It's doing kind of okay. I don't know, I'm not really a great lavender grower. I think I need to add a little bit more water. Oh, look, a little bit of new growth. I'm not completely killing it, it's kind of surviving. Here's my borage. Doing really good. The hail keeps getting to it and causing damage. I don't know if you knew this, but out here in South Dakota we get hail probably just about as much as we get rain, so it's kind of struggling for its life, but it's still alive, it's still kicking, still doing really good. I'm really proud of this plant and how much it's been persevering throughout the weather here in South Dakota. Here is my bee balm, or my bergamot. It's kind of been taking an adjustment period for it to be okay with the weather and the sun. You can see a little bit of, I want to say sun damage there. It's just got a little bit roasted. Turned it a really interesting color, but it's kind of surviving. I'm hoping to get some flowers out of this so I can make some Earl Grey. And all these little pods in here are more bergamot. I just planted those by seed and they weren't doing anything. They weren't growing as fast as I thought they were gonna, so I actually went out and bought some from the local nursery. And then of course everything decided that they wanted to sprout. So this whole thing is just a crap ton of bergamot. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens with this. I might have put a little too many in there, but I guess we will see what happens. Here are my other tomato plants. Now these guys I didn't have a lot of high hopes for because I started them from seed and they looked like they were honest to God dying, but you know, somehow they're making a comeback. I honestly got them mixed up on which ones are which, but I guess we'll find out later when they produce some fruit, which I'm excited for, because if you look, you can see that little flower down there. That is the first one that I found today, and I've been finding a few all over the plant, but there it is. It's so beautiful. This is doing surprisingly well enough. I have a little spider in there. I don't have the heart in me to kill the little guy, so that's his home for now. Hopefully he can catch a lot of the bugs that try to get on my freaking tomatoes. But look, there's, ooh, that one's got a cat face. That one looks humongous, unless that's just normal. I don't know, this is like my first year growing these tomatoes, so I don't know if that's just normal or if that's a fused blossom. It looks ginormous though, because these other ones next to it don't look as big. So I think I'm gonna see what happens with that, because I just want to see what it looks like. I've never had a cat-faced one, so I don't even know if that's what that will be, but we will see what happens later. Here's another one of my tomato plants that I started from seed. It's doing really good. I don't see any blossoms on them just yet, but I'm honestly surprised this one's still alive. I can't even lie. I don't know how it's alive, but it is. But look at how thick that stalk is. That's really thick. I don't know what happened there, but something did. And here's another one, just like the one I just showed you. This one looks normal. Oh look, little blossom. Look at that blossom. It's looking so good. I don't know. It's right there. It's gonna be a little tomato. I cannot wait. This one's looking okay. I don't know why they have like these little dots on the bottoms of them, but all of these ones down here do, so that's why they're my experimental tomatoes. And sorry, my AC unit's right there, but these ones are my experimental tomatoes. I started all of these ones from seed, and they honestly didn't look like they were doing too good, so I put them out here just to see what would happen and if they would survive, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see that somehow they're actually surviving, so that's pretty good. I cannot wait to see what happens with these since I actually started them all from seed. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and the like button for future content. Thank you for watching. Bye!